Thank you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. Is that what you call this? Because it ain't a radio, but it's a podcast, and you tuned in for the Wease Family Circus, which I'm telling you, it's been. We just did one. We've got so many in the bank, and so many that we really love doing. And it's the family circus because there goes Lucy. Her name is Lucille Ball Levin, Satchel Jacob Levin, Bubby Doreen, and I am Brother Wease. And thanks to Clark Peshkin, who you might know is great family law firm in Rochester, New York, but way more than family law and divorce. They will teach you how to have a what do you call it?
They specialize in estate planning. And so if you're even thinking right now is a time in your life that you were thinking about a will, which if you own a home at all, you should be thinking about that. You need more. It's more of a plan that you need. And if you go to these free seminars, they're free, very informative. They will help you come up with a plan, and there's no pressure. You could just go to get the information, and they know what they're doing.
They're every other Wednesday at noon and 4, free, but it's an undereducated part of America. People don't know about a trust. Rich people do, but regular people don't, and you need it, or your family, after you take a pass, then your family will end up in probate court. Clark Peskin, just go to WeaseFamilyCircus.com, and what can you do? All right, here's the deal. I just went through a pretty shitty time. What, you got something, Jake? You held your hands up.
No, I was pointing to you. Here's the deal. I was just pointing. Here it is.
Where's your hat? No hat?
No okay. Hat today. I put it right behind.
You look good. And Lucy's.
Yeah, these are.
Look at Lucy. Anyway, back when I was on the radio, Doreen used to always worry if they knew I had Parkinson's or anything.
Well, I didn't worry. I just.
No, you used to tell me.
You know why? You know why she worried? Because of exactly what the hell happened with BJ coming to take your job.
Yeah. And look what ended up happening right after. It wasn't long after they found out about the Parkinson's, and then you also had that little spout of bladder cancer. All of a sudden, they were making changes again.
It had nothing to do with nothing.
Well.
Nothing.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm sporting my Rochester garbage plate shirt. Makes me want a garbage plate so bad.
Anyway, my point is, I just had my Parkinson's is fucking me up. And Sunday, you don't even know what day this is. A week ago.
We were watching the Grammys.
Then that's true. They were actually the
Oscars.
Academy Awards.
Oh, the Academy Awards. Why did I say the Grammy? Academy Awards. You're right.
We were watching the Academy Awards. I had smoked a bunch of marijuana, drank too much tequila, Parkinson's. I went in the bathroom to do something, and fortunately, I called for Doreen. I didn't even know I did.
Yeah, he doesn't even. You don't even remember calling for me. He got up and he was a little wobbly, but then you kind of got your way, and then you weren't in the bathroom very long, and you went, Doreen, and I knew, because he never calls me Doreen, that it wasn't going to be good, and you were basically standing up, but you were really kind of not conscious, I don't think, because you weren't really responding to what I was saying, and I knew he was going to be going down, so I did my best to break his fall. I'm going to try to see if there's some kind of class out there I could take to learn how to break the fall or how you do it, so if it ever happened again. But he did end up hitting his head.
Anyway,
and went unconscious.
I cracked my head on the
tile.
But here's what kills me. When I don't know if I was out for 2 seconds, a half a minute, I don't know. But when I woke up, I thought I was in bed, and I'm looking around. What the fuck am I doing in the bathroom?
And he's completely naked. I threw a towel over him.
I am
we
naked.
had house guests.
Lisa
Lisa comes in and you don't have your hearing aids and so you can't hear her. And Lisa's calling 911 and you are asking, you think she's on the phone with Greg, her husband, that just won a big tournament. And you were saying, did he win? How much did he win? You were asking her about the tournament.
Brother Greg just cashed big at
And
Turning Stone. But anyway, so what happened?
Why were you in the bat? Do you think you could have possibly like sleepwalked in there in the first place, or do you remember actually going in there?
Oh, I know I went in. I went in to get batteries.
For the
That's
hearing
what Mom
aids.
said in the text.
Were you waking up? Like you knew you were waking up for the day? You were ready to go?
No, it was nighttime.
We were watching TV. We
We
were
were watching
the
the Academy Awards in bed.
Oh, so he hadn't been asleep yet?
No.
I thought he was asleep already. and
No.
woke up.
No, he just got up to go get new batteries.
And
And he
had
was
been-
drunk and high. That explains everything.
Yeah,
Thank
you
for
didn't
clarifying.
add that in the text to the family that he was drunk and high.
I thought I said he had a tequila and smoked
No.
one hit. You know,
Maybe.
you
It
only-
was
Maybe
not
it is.
one hit. God damn it,
Okay,
bro.
okay, you don't have to say God damn it. I thought you told me the last time
I
when,
told you 10 times that it wasn't.
but the time before when you took a couple hits, you said, "Oh, that was too much. From now on, I'm only taking one hit." So I believe that you
But I had
were
the
going to follow your
tequila,
own rule.
so
Your judgment was off,
anyway,
obviously.
you combine Parkinson's, marijuana, and a lot of tequila, took the header. Next thing I know, here comes fire rescue.
Yeah,
I'm going, Jesus Christ.
another one of those nights.
Just put me in bed. No. So they take me in an ambulance or whatever you call it.
It's an ambulance.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fire rescue. I'm in the ambulance. They're sticking me with needles. They're doing everything. I
They
say
were
to the
great.
I say to the guy, look what my wife's putting me through. Look what the fuck I have to go through because she's got a call. And then they say, you're lucky to have a woman that cares about you. She's really worried about you. So they take me to the hospital. I'm in the hospital. X-ray, CAT scan, P-test,
Blood test. Blood work.
EKG.
That's what's so great
blood,
about emergency rooms.
IVs stuck in. I got EKG shit stuck all. We're in the hospital till 4 a.m. I gotta admit,
I would kill for all that right now.
I mean, they gave him fluids, and the good part is about an emergency room is you do get a full. They really do check everything. If you had hit your head and you go to your regular doctor, he's not going to do a CT. You know what I mean? There's only so much they can do. But you go to the emergency room, they checked everything. So I was able to sleep that night because you had definitely clearly had hit your head. You were unconscious. I was just worried that I would wake up and you had a brain bleed or something.
could have been.
So I had to make sure that we checked that. That's all.
This,
And that's it. And that's why we didn't have an episode last week. So
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
but I will say that hospital is phenomenal.
Yeah, they were great.
That is an unbelievable hospital.
And Wease can bitch all he wants. He was laying in a nice bed and I was getting him warm blankets. I was the one up walking around
I didn't feel good though.
till
I was
4:30 in the
freezing.
morning. I was like a zombie. I was not in a good spot.
They dragged me a CAT scan joint. They chest X.
They were happy to see us go by the end because I annoyed them enough that I was.
I'm glad you admitted it. Now I'm going to have to expose.
What?
My booby obviously loves talking Lucy so much that these people that are working on me, that's their job. They see this every night, different jerk-offs like me. But she has to tell every one of them that's in there what happened. They don't care, booby.
Yes, they did.
No, they don't.
Okay.
If they ask you, don't tell me they did because they did. You just
They did ask, and that's
Okay.
not what I meant
With
by
the
annoying them.
doctor.
I annoyed
You
them
annoyed them.
when you were not getting cared for, and I was sitting there you don't realize because you were kind of nodding out on a bed in a cozy blankets. I was standing around, and after an hour of nobody entering the room, and I said, "Oh, what's going on?" I had to keep them on their toes, and it worked because we wouldn't have gotten out of there at 4:30 in the morning like we did. We would have been in there till who knows when.
Anyway, let me go past that. We get home. Then, Jake, I don't know, I'm sure they know because you talk to them, but then we're getting new elevators in our apartment building, and it's not like something that happens quick. Our apartment has 2 elevators, fortunately.
In the hallway, yeah.
In the back hall. Our regular elevator's out because they're building a new one that may take a year.
A year.
So the other one's the only one for the whole floor. It went out. It went out.
So that means no elevator. That means we had
No
to walk.
elevator. We live on the 12th floor, so it's about 14 floors to go to the car. There's 30-something floors here.
Yeah.
A lady who parks her car next to us, tell them.
She slept in the lobby because they have a whole system. So going down is a lot easier. Going up, I'm in fairly good shape. I was winded going up. By the time I got to floor 10, I was quite winded. But
Oh God.
she can't even do stairs up or down. So they have a system where she could have went higher on a different elevator, went across, and then went down the stairs. But so instead, she had to sleep in the lobby for overnight. I felt really bad. She's a really nice lady.
The lady
But
next to him.
Are you going to tell him what happened when because Dad got back from poker and they still weren't working. So he had to go up. And I said, "You're not walking up the stairs." I didn't want to end up back in the emergency room. So they had to take him up to 23, walk him through someone's condo.
That's what freaked me out. Sister Precious escorted me from the lobby up to the 23rd floor, a different part of the building. I thought we were going to go to some stairwell. We had to go through someone's apartment. We knew the bras, so
Yeah.
the 2 bras with the French
Frenchies.
bulldogs
Yeah.
there. I go, "Oh my God, we're going in your house." You have to cut through their house. Then
Then
we
to the
walked
stairwell,
down.
that's our stairwell, because they don't connect. So this side of one side of the building doesn't connect to the other except on certain floors. So, but at least he only had to go down. And the security guard Precious was very nice, and she walked him all the way
She
to
walked
the
me down from
unit.
23 to 12.
which was
So
very nice of her.
there you go with condo. This elevator.
Wait, so you have people walking through these people's
All
like
day.
house all day long?
I saw them last night. They said all day. And there were people who had friends visiting. So it was like a whole, 6 people walking through at, and different times. Oh, I have another friend in the other building, Bobby Terry, had guests coming. They accidentally put him to our tower instead of tower 2. Made him go up to 23, go through those people's house. They went from that 23 up 7 more flights to what they thought was her
They were
floor.
in the wrong building.
They were in the wrong building.
Oh
They
my-
call
we
her
have
and they go,
to
"We're
go."
outside your door." She goes, "No, you're not." They go, "Yes, we are." So she goes, "No, you're not." And then they had a Bobby. They didn't know how to get back into the people's houses because the door was closed. They walked all the way down from 29 all the way down.
Oh my God.
It was bad.
Oh,
I felt
my
bad
God.
for them.
But if it goes out again, I'll just stay in the house.
Just stay home. He'll be stuck with me.
We got to get you on some online poker game. We got to find you used to do that and it worked, but I know there's other places. We got to have somebody. I'm sure your boy Banyan knows. We got to get somebody.
I don't
just
want
don't
it.
trust him. With everything with computer technology, he could just be
That's
playing
true.
and his money just getting stolen.
Jake, I am playing 4 to 5 days a week
Which is
at the
plenty.
casino, and I'm doing good. Am I not, booked?
Yep.
I won 2 tournaments in a row what day is this week, and one of them at Hard Rock came in first. It's been wonderful.
He was minus a lot, and then boom, puts him right back up. So it's really he's been doing that up and down. It's been good.
But it's been so I'm playing so much poker.
He
I
doesn't
don't
need
need
it online.
internet.
He reads when
I
he's
was
not.
saying to replace it so you could just kick it on you drive like 45 minutes a day like an asshole because you don't know how to drive. And then you put more wear and tear on your vehicle. You could, if I could do what you were doing in that cold room with 3 sweatshirts on with a bunch of diseases, all germs on my beautiful balcony, I would do that instead. But that's just me.
It's funny. I was thinking about a new car, and she goes, I drive 2 hours a day.
I know.
That's a lot of driving.
But honestly, Jake, there is a good thing about him going because he gets out, he's around people. He's got buddies now that the same people, the same degenerates are at every game.
That's true.
Some of them are at the daytime one that he goes to, and then they come back for the nighttime game.
They do.
So
Yeah. I don't disagree. I'm just giving all angles.
Yeah.
I think it's actually very good for you to be able to. You're walking, you're keeping your senses in check. It's hard to. You take this insane route. He thinks he's so proud of this shortcut he takes instead of going all the way up Oakland, jumping on 95 or whatever, and then getting off one little turn here or there.
He takes
He takes 35 turns over streets with speed bumps, through plazas, through
How do you know that?
because he went with you that time to the stores to look for the furniture for the podcast.
Oh yeah, I know 20 different ways. I'm not kidding you, to go to that casino. You don't even know them.
No, well, I don't go to the casino.
So
So, Lucy, a topic Jake wanted to talk about that I think Dad won't know much about it, but it is a hot topic right now. Is the Bachelorette chick that they just canceled?
guy,
It's
take
everywhere.
it away. What happened, Lucy?
Oh, she's from the show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And I mean, this has been public knowledge for years though already that she had a domestic dispute with her boyfriend. And it was pretty bad and she got arrested for it, but that was that was 2023, and now she was going to be the Bachelorette, but they just canceled it because her ex-boyfriend, who also is her baby daddy, leaked the video of her throwing chairs at him and attacking him.
And he leaked, and one of the chairs apparently hit her daughter, which is probably makes it way worse.
Oh my
but
God!
What Lucy's saying, Bub, is this was public knowledge. So this Bachelorette group, the casting, they knew about the incident, but
she had been arrested for it and pled guilty, so they knew.
And it was already in the courts. But again, it shows that. I was thinking about it because TMZ is who ended up leaking the video publicly, right? That's where everybody got to see it. And that's once it hit the public, then that's when everybody had their opinion and the station had to pull out.
What?
Right?
Yeah. Once the video was seen, is when the day after or the same day is when they pulled the plug. But they were already discussing it prior to the video coming out, which is kind of the odd thing because it had been public knowledge for 3 years now.
No, because another thing had happened recently.
Right.
Yes, a new allegation came out, and
What is
that's
Of her and him, of her assaulting him or something. But I'm
I
telling
read a
you,
whole-
he's not
I read a whole thing.
innocent.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he's innocent either.
And it's very convenient that he just now decided to leak that video.
Okay, can we let the old guy who doesn't know anything ask a couple questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's people watching with me that don't know anything about this.
Right.
A, why does they pick this woman to be and is the Bachelorette, let me ask you this, is that a show where this broad gets 12 guys?
30.
And then they whittle it down and she picks one? Is that
gets
the
to
Yes,
give
show?
up
but
the
I
roses.
believe it was already filmed, actually. So,
It is.
it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
listen,
it's
listen,
already
it-
filmed?
Filming wrapped in December. The reason she was on the show is because their sister company or their Hulu, who they're owned by Disney with, ABC, who does The Bachelorette. They're on a show. The opening scene of the first episode of the first show is her arrest, the body cam footage of this whole thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
it's all known. So they chose her because she is a train wreck, and for ratings, the show has good ratings.
The Bachelorette, I don't think, was doing well anymore, so they needed to pull in the big guns.
They threw a Hail Mary. They threw a Hail Mary, and Aaron Rodgers didn't throw it. It was
Okay, now I'm coming back and saying they should show it.
They spent $50 million already, so
They're
yeah,
suing
they should
her,
show
I
it.
think, for money.
I would
prior
watch it.
prior to them pulling the plug, every time we were watching anything on TV, they were advertising it huge that
All right,
that she was going to be the Bachelorette. And
Okay, here's the biggest question. Let's say they show it. Do the fellas, do the bachelors know this about this broad at that time? Because if they don't, that sucks.
I
I'm
think
not
some
sure.
may have heard, some may, like Lucy knew about it. She said it's been known for years. So some may have, some may have not. But Jake and I
They all did.
Jake-
They all 100% watched the show. They knew who it was going to be. Unless they don't, do they not know who it is going on?
I'm pretty sure they don't always. From past seasons that I've watched of like The Bachelor, it'll like show the girl saying, "I was so excited when I found out you were gonna be the Bachelor," but when they were already signed up for the show. So I think
they have enough time to go tune into Hulu
probably.
and check out the first episode of the show she's from shows the body cam footage. So I'm sure every single one of them, as long as they didn't find out while they were already on the show and didn't have access to phones, then they already knew. But the thing is that I think the real question is, why did they choose to put such a train wreck on a show that's about finding romantic relationships? This show has been they built success on trying to romanticize the relationships, and they do a good job of doing that. Like Love Island is the complete opposite of that, right? Love Island is who can snake the other guy the most and end up with the guy. This is like, we're gonna court everyone and do everything the way that it was always was in it. And so they're like, let's try to, I don't know, let's throw this train wreck in here, but that makes zero sense.
I
turns
personally think that The Bachelor and Bachelorette, as a reality TV fan, I've never really thought it was good. I think it's boring. I think it's like fake, and I think none of the relationships ever actually work from that show. So I think they just did it for good TV. It's not. No one's actually. There's like a few successful couples.
Okay.
Because Disney owns them, so why did I cancel it? Is the question,
because
right?
Disney family, she
Because
threw a
people-
chair at her daughter.
And people were tweeting they better cancel it. Like they were pressured to do it. People were saying they
Okay.
should.
But I have to take a shot at Lucy, who didn't like this particular show because she thought it was fake. Which one of them goddamn reality shows is not fake?
Summer
Love Island.
House, Love Island.
Come
Obviously,
on.
there's a bit of producing going on in any show, but with The
Jackie.
Bachelor and The Bachelorette, it is just so fake feeling to me. And
They planned-
and you go on the show for fame, and you do, like, at least for Summer House, it's like you're not there to find love. You're there to party with your friends. You don't have to fake anything.
Yeah.
If anything, you end up looking like a jerk on that show, and people like you less. So
On
Well,
Summer
here's
House.
something I took away from it, because TMZ, how does TMZ always have everything? Because when the Savannah Guthrie's mom got kidnapped, TMZ was the one that the kidnappers supposedly contacted for the ransom.
What?
Yeah, that's what I remember seeing on the news, that the ransom people contacted TMZ. I just feel like
TMZ has boots on the ground,
Everywhere.
has the best investigative staff there is.
I'm sure
Like,
Dakota sent them the video. And let's
Yeah.
not
100%.
forget that Dakota's that video, I think, was before they had a kid together. So that happened, and then he still went and had a baby with her and wanted to be back together with her.
right.
So it's not like that turned him off that much.
Well, these reality shows, there's a guy who subscribes to the very right-wing New York Post. those housewives,
Yeah.
of, no matter where, I don't know how many there are, by
So
the way.
many.
Anybody have any idea? It's like I'm waiting for Rochester. But I mean, but there's so many of those women are unbelievably famous.
Well, and
Those
apparently,
were huge.
when she was on the Mormon Wise one, people said she was spiraling. Like so, Lucy said,
Who are you talking about?
the girl from the
Taylor.
Bachelorette
Oh, you're
was,
back to
was on the Mormon Wise, but she was spiraling then too. And,
Always. She's mentally
Can I-
unstable.
yeah.
I want to change the subject slightly and tell you guys, speaking of reality TV, I have this insane connection of people that blows my mind, and I want you guys to let me know if you think it's as insane as I do.
Go ahead.
So, when I was at MCC, I went to London for 2 years, and
Wait,
got some education, partied a bit, went to some really cool clubs, met some people that lived and were from London. Got to know this one guy. He ended up like coming back to our hotel room a few times, and we would party and whatever. We came back home. We stayed in touch, followed each other like on social media and whatnot. Fast forward 4 years, I moved to New York City. I am trying to find girls. I'm on probably a dating site. I see this girl's from Buffalo, and she lives in New York now. I ask her out. We meet up for a drink, and we never end up doing anything after that. We stay in touch. I follow her. I still follow both these people, and then I see this girl show up on my TV. She's on Love Island, a season of
Come
Love Island
on.
USA.
That's
Yeah.
hysterical.
Wait, who?
This girl.
So is she
Alana.
younger than you?
Which season?
Yes. I don't know. This is her.
Oh wow.
She was on USA? I don't remember her.
It was before it was good. It was like it was in the weird US. There was
Yeah.
fast forward again a couple years. I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see that photograph I just showed you. That is the kid that I met in London and the girl that I met in New York City. They are
Come
dating
on.
currently
That
is
together.
the hell
It
out.
looked like an engaged. I thought she had her finger up there,
Yeah,
not
I think they're
engaged. It looked like
engaged.
she was showing her ring. Like,
Oh, it looks like it is. Best birthday ever. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't even
I met both those people individually. It's just to me,
No,
it's the
that's
craziest
really
thing in the world.
crazy. Did they
It
meet on
is.
Love Island?
that is
What's-
really
no.
crazy.
No.
that is, you're telling me
You should
You
be invited
hung
to the
with that-
wedding.
you hung with this kid in London, never saw him personally again. You dated that girl in New York, and now they're engaged. That's
Yep.
nuts.
Wait, so the kid in London,
great.
where he wasn't from Rochester, was he?
God, you
No,
from
he's born and
London.
raised London. Yeah,
Oh.
he has no
Well, he
connection
could've
to the
been.
United States.
He could have been on the
No,
same MCC thing
No, he
Yeah, no,
said,
no. I
like,
mentioned-
you don't listen.
yeah.
as. Okay.
I mentioned he yeah. So you lived in London? No, I didn't live there for 2 years. I was there for 2 months. Did I say 2 years? 2
You said
weeks.
two
Yeah,
It was
you
a
said
2 week.
2
And I
years.
was
I
like,
knew it
wait,
wasn't 2
what?
years.
A two oh my god, balloons.
Congratulations.
It was 2 weeks. It was actually, if they still offer that trip at MCC, and they actually offer it through all the community colleges. So we went with Anaganda Community College. We drove a bus there and we stopped at like every community college, picked up a few kids. I ended up going with all my best friends from Thomas and Schrader. So there was like 8 of us. And then there was a bunch of other girls that went we grew up with. And that trip was
That's
life changing. Like I remember it's so much, you learn so much culture. You learn so much that you would have never even thought of. In the food, you go to a McDonald's or any of these chains and the food's horrible. Like
They have a
it's
quarter
funny.
pounder with cheese and a Royale. That's a Pulp Fiction,
From
really.
Pulp Fiction.
That's what I forgot. I hope you went to Abbey Road. That's mandatory.
Went to Abbey Road. I actually in your bathroom in Sodus,
Yeah,
you had already made that Beatles themed.
yeah.
before I had went, so I made it a mission to go get another piece to put in the bathroom that came from Abbey Road. So
Cool.
there's a piece in there that I got from Abbey Road. Yeah, and that I'm pretty sure. Nope, never mind. That's not from London. That was it. But yeah, we went to Abbey Road. That was cool.
That is a crazy coincidence. You have to reach out to them. You have to contact
I know. I'm
them.
waiting. I'm going to. I'm just trying to figure out how to tell. I don't know who to message first. Like him and be like, you're not gonna believe that I actually like went out with her one time, or text her and be like, you're not gonna believe that like I met your fiance in London before you met me. Yeah.
I think you should reach out to him first. If you reach out to her, it's weird.
And then, yeah, you're probably right.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, his name is Sebastian. We called him Seabass.
Seabass. All right.
So I've been watching what's supposedly one of the hottest shows right now is a JFK Carolyn Bessette love story, and I haven't told you this yet, but it's so annoying because I can't even believe any of this is true. They have the Kennedys looking like such fools. They have JFK Jr. looking like such a wussy, crying and
Was he crying?
crying because like, I love you so much, and just there's certain things that, and then they have the sister Caroline, his sister, such a bitch.
Oh,
If I was a Kennedy, I would be pissed right now. They have the Kennedys looking horrible. They have her looking so pure and innocent. I don't know who came up with this story and where they got all their info from, but they have her, as this recluse. She's hiding from the press all the time because she's afraid of them. And they have JFK Jr. as just such a wussy, wanting to be with her and how much he loves her. I don't buy it.
It's a big hit.
And Caroline, they have her as just this horrible, bitchy woman. And I'm starting to not like it because of that.
I'm not
Lucy,
even caught up.
You watching it?
Yeah, but I'm not caught up because I'm kind of over it.
Right? It is. It's going to get worse for a minute. You'll see. I mean, I'm going to follow through because I got this far.
Lucy, did you watch the Academy Awards?
No, I did not.
See, nobody
Can you tell me if you thought it was any different this year than do you always watch it every year?
Yeah, Dad used to watch it with his mom when he was a little boy, so that's like a special thing for
It's a
Dad.
thing to me. I'll never forget being in Miami Beach with my mommy, just me and her in an apartment. A cockroach walking across the floor and us watching the Academy Awards. We always watched it together.
Why
Plus-
didn't you instill that tradition into your
Yeah,
kids?
would have loved that.
I think he tried.
I don't think you kids
I
gave
do
a
remember
shit.
watching it when I was younger at
and-
Woodfield.
We did.
It happens to be the most boring award show in the world, though.
I prefer
Yeah.
the
Not to me.
Grammys.
It was. There wasn't really anything exciting about it.
Well,
I'm happy
What-
Michael
tell-
B.
can we-
Jordan won. I like him a lot.
Oh, yeah,
well,
Sinners.
the boring Michael B. Jordan
what I
did
said.
not deserve to win that award.
Oh, yeah, because we just saw another movie and Dad's like,
You think Timothy deserved it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
Did you watch Marty
I
Supreme?
have not seen Marty Supreme yet, so I cannot speak on that.
Well, let me say this. A lot of people did not like Marty Supreme. You don't have to like it. His acting is phenomenal.
It is.
But
Phenomenal.
and Michael B's wasn't?
Michael B. Jordan had to play two guys, but there was a lot of fighting and action, and Timothy had to speak.
Timothy
It
was
all
in
talking.
almost every scene where Michael
And,
B.
and
Jordan.
so he had to play so many
Yeah.
different types of characters.
He did, and he.
Really, you don't have to like him, but he's an
Oh, I love
actor.
it. I love Timothy Chalamet.
And it's a true story, right? Marty Supreme.
I don't know. It can't be.
I thought it
But
was
did you
Can't
guys
be.
see that apparently Michael B. Jordan made one of the twins have dimples and one didn't?
No, I
He
didn't
did that
know.
with his face, the way he did his face.
He physically could do it, or they
He
makeup
did that
it?
in the
Make-
movie.
makeup.
No,
Oh, that makes
no.
sense.
He physically did it with his face.
Get out.
With
You
his
can't make
acting.
Can you make a dimple?
No, I can't. I'm not an
They don't-
actress.
No,
Because I think maybe he has dimples, but I think maybe he made sure not to make the face that makes the dimple. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure it was makeup. They can
guys,
do that.
let me look it up.
Jesus Christ.
In the meantime,
she's not in.
we need to get my brother, your son, to do. He claims he could do a good movie critic segment. You know, he can try an old Jack Garner piece and take on the current. He goes to every freaking movie
He
and
does
he watches.
love his movies. Even since he was little, we used to take him when he was a baby.
Who?
Sammy to the.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Michael B.
loved-
Jordan physically created dimples for one of his twin characters without using makeup.
Full of shit.
Ooh.
Propaganda.
Well,
And
maybe
he won an Oscar for
and he
it.
won an Oscar for those
For
dimples.
he did. See
But-
where he went after the Oscar?
In and Out, or what was it called? In and Out?
Went for a burger.
In-N-Out Burger. Well, Dad and I just started. We didn't finish it. We started one man bun after another. No, one battle after another last night. I'm liking it. I had no idea what it was about, but it's kind of cool concept.
Wacky movie.
Sean Penn is a funny
Oh my
scene
God.
with him.
They won so many awards, that movie.
Yeah, they did.
But a lot of people did not like Marty Supreme. I loved it. I really did. The ending's phenomenal. And
At sometimes it's very fast paced too. Very, don't you think it was very fast? He was constantly going.
Does Dad know who Timothy Chalamet's dating?
Yeah,
who
because we see him at the Academy
Oh,
Awards.
yeah,
Kylie
definitely.
Jenner.
Kylie
Yeah.
Jenner.
She's delish.
She,
I got another
Shit.
thing.
What?
So you know how Bianca's was going through a lot of the rash situations,
oh yeah.
and she
No.
went to the doctor,
she had all those
these
rashes.
doctors.
Oh, yeah, what are they saying?
Okay, like we should be like dry skin on her face. Like we're saying she had rashes. It doesn't. It sounds worse than like.
It reminds
She
me. Of,
had dry patches on her face, like that would flare up every now and then. It was
and
a
on
rash.
her neck.
But
No,
not
she
So
would
what-
have.
Yeah,
let's not make it
Okay,
seem
girls,
really gross.
girls. Jake, what are they saying? That's what I want to know.
we still don't know the answer to that. However, the story it revolves around a different part of it. But I'm bringing that up because we suspect mold could be one of the things, and so our neighbors next door, they like to burn their leaves, and it's really obnoxious. And when I say burn their leaves, I mean every year, once a week, they fill up their solo stove with all the leaves they can shovel in there, and they light it until it's done. And so smoke's going everywhere. And Bianca's always complained about it. I mean, not only does it like drift into our yard, but sometimes into our windows, like into our home. Like, come on, we got smoke in our house. What are you doing?
Really?
And yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a cultural thing because I think she's Japanese. Anyways, Bianca's always complaining about it, and she's like, I'm gonna go over there and freaking, it's hard. She very angry coming off, right? So I'm like, I have to resolve this. This needs to stop. And I was trying to figure out, like, what could I say? Like, he's my neighbor. He lives directly next to me. I need to tread lightly. I don't want to create, like, a relationship where I hate my neighbor, where we're, feuding, whatever. So I asked ChatGPT to draft me a note to my neighbor. This is the circumstances. Here's everything going on. And it was like, oh, you have to be extremely... I would have never wrote what it wrote. And when I sent my neighbor this message, the response I got, I was floored.
What?
I thought I was waiting 2 days for, like, it took him, he responded that, and I sent it at like noon, and he responded at like 8 p.m.
How
that
did
night.
you send it?
In a text message, I have his phone number because we share a fence. And when I first moved here, I had worked with him for he's very particular, and we were going back and forth about a lot of things. So I have his phone number, and I sent him one time. The last message when I sent him the message, I look, and it's a photo of the side of his house with water shooting out of his pipes. I was
Oh.
letting him know that he had a pipe bursts and, to attend to it. And, that's a nice neighbor thing to do. So I write, what do I write?
Just tell me I'm dying for the response.
Yeah.
I know, I got to find it. I'm going to cut all this out from so bear with me. What is his name? Bruce.
What's his name?
I got to search by his name. Lee.
Yeah, you always
Rocco.
thought it was Bruce.
It's not Bruce.
Bruce
Oh my
Lee.
God.
He's thought his whole life that. No,
What'd
Jake
he
for
say,
years
Bo?
thinks this guy's name is Bruce because of Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
But his name is
Yeah.
Lee. But he
Lee.
calls him Bruce.
That alone would be a bad
May
start.
have said it to his face before. We're
He's
not sure.
probably been mocked being called Bruce Lee in the past.
Okay, so I'll read what ChatGPT had me say, and then I'll read his response. Hey Lee, quick heads up. When you burn leaves in the solo stove, it's been blowing a lot of smoke towards our house. A few times it's come right into the house, and it's been pretty rough on Bianca and the little guy. We're also pretty sure Bianca may have a mold sensitivity, so leaf smoke can hit her pretty hard. I also looked it up, and it looks like Penfield actually doesn't allow burning leaves, which I didn't realize before either. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of this or involve the town or anything like that. I just wanted to give you a heads up and ask if you could avoid burning leaves back there going forward. It would really help us out. Really appreciate it. Thanks. He says, thanks for letting me know. I spoke to my wife about it. If it happens again, especially while I'm at work, don't hesitate to contact me.
That's it?
What?
That's it.
Doesn't mean anything.
It means that his wife's
Yeah.
doing it behind his back, which is weird.
Yes. Yes. It's
If it happens while
100%.
I'm at work, let me know. Oh, because he probably talked to her. She probably freaked out and was like, I'm not going to stop doing
Yeah.
it. And he was like, you need to stop doing it. And she said, I don't care. I'm going to do it when you're gone.
I'm going to
He-
burn my leaves when I want to burn
You
my
know,
leaves.
My theory is he never wanted her to burn leaves in the first place because every time it's happening, it's during work hours. I've seen it happen once, and maybe I was home that day and it was work hours, but I'm pretty sure he's doing it behind her back, or she's doing it behind his back, and I blew her in, and now she got in trouble, or he knew and was just being a good neighbor and saying, honey, we can't do this anymore because our neighbors don't want us to, because he wrote me a really good note and he didn't threaten me or do anything else, because what they're doing is illegal. Literally, I could call the police.
It's funny because what I was going to ask you prior to you reading that, I was going to say to you, are you sure they're even allowed to do that? Because I know in Webster you are not allowed.
I have been at the house when it's happening, and it is terrible. Like, it really
Really?
is so smoky. Yeah.
Oh.
So I thought that was really interesting because I would have said, I might have threatened a little bit, right? Like, this is highly illegal. Like,
That's
stop
never
or
the
or,
right route to go.
It's never, but like I was happy to know that there is a very reliable resource when I'm
Yeah.
heated and need a very good way to get what I need.
What do you do with your leaves?
Put them in bags and bring them to the dump, to the
Well,
town.
go pick up. Go do theirs. And then that's it.
And when you
I don't need.
when you used to live in Webster, remember when you had Webster, you got to just bring them to the curb, and then Webster comes and picks them up, but Penfield doesn't. It's the funniest thing that two neighboring
No.
towns don't do the same thing.
And what's interesting though is Webster doesn't have a place to bring your stuff. Like, if we cut down limbs, any brush or debris that I want to dispose of, I have a place to bring it. In Webster, they used to collect your leaves, but if I put branches out there, no, even the garbage doesn't pick it up, so you really don't have a solution. So I'd rather have a place to bring them,
Yeah.
everything, than have it one thing picked up.
Lucy, where you been partying recently? You go out a lot and act a fool.
I wouldn't say that, but
Well, you do. Where you
I was
been
in
going?
New York City this past weekend.
Oh, yeah. What, you do anything fun?
We went to this Irish pub called McSorley's.
Yep.
There's one. Do you know it's here?
There's one
Wait,
here.
it's the oldest Irish pub, but can I
Well,
tell you
yeah.
my story?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's right here.
But it was
walking
St. Patrick's Day weekend, so obviously it was packed. I'm sure it's packed all the time.
Oh, my God.
Packed. But it was Friday during work hours, so we thought it would be not as packed, and it wasn't terrible. We go in, it's me, Sarah, Adam, and Simeon, just the 4 of us. You're immediately greeted, like, how many? They find you a seat right away, but you're seated with strangers at this tiny table, all of us together. We're with these British guys. And then he says, light or dark beer. That's your only option. Light or dark beer. And you get 2 beers. And they come up like this. Two beers on each finger. They hold it in one hand. Set it down. And we wanted food. We're ordering food. He's snapping at me. I'm like, I was so nervous. A cheeseburger. And then light or dark beer again. We get some more beer. And then he's collecting the beers with his one hand again. I start pushing the empty glasses for him. Don't touch.
Oh my goodness.
This does not sound fun.
But he was joking around. Like he would give me
No,
the eye across the bar.
it's
I'm like,
part
he's
of the
messing with
shtick.
me. It was hilarious. I enjoyed it, honestly. I think he
Yeah,
liked
it's like
me.
going
I
to-
think he was messing
it's
around
like-
with me.
Is
But it was
Simeon,
scary.
Is Simeon banging Sarah?
No, he lives there. We were visiting him. Dad, you
can't say
that.
You can't say stuff like that on.
It's
We
a
don't have permission.
No,
Why not?
Simeon is
Why
our
not?
best friend since freshman year of
You know
college.
Simeon. He's the one that was the fisherman that brought
I,
us all the
I
delicious
remember
fish.
Simeon.
Why
I thought,
can't you say
No,
that?
he can.
though?
It's fine. Neither of them
Thank
will
you.
care. But it's just if
Nothing.
it wasn't either of them, someone might be like, "Don't
Yeah.
say that about me."
And what if Simeon
But-
had a girlfriend and then you're saying
So
that?
I was then you say so.
Yeah.
No
Well,
big
no,
deal.
they're
Right.
not. They're not. Actually,
But-
Sarah and I shared a bed. Adam slept on the couch.
But
and Simeon
I
slept in his bed.
recall Simeon visiting at Sodas,
Mhm.
and I thought he had a crush on Sarah
Everyone
there.
has a crush on Sarah.
So then it could have been.
And Simeon's such a fun
Shy.
player. Like you know,
A fun player.
at Sodas, you know how he was dancing with all the women at the bars.
Yeah,
of-
he's hilarious.
That's what I meant. Like
Yeah.
he was like fake stripping against a pole.
He
and
wasn't fake stripping. He was stripping.
Okay, stripping.
He was stripping
He took his
You know,
shirt off.
at Abe's? Or
Yeah.
At
Abe's.
Abe's.
Honey, all the
So-
older ladies
They were throwing
loving
money.
him.
They were throwing money
They
on
were
him.
throwing him money. It was so-
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I might have
Speaking
to,
of
no, I
partying.
can't.
What? You
Spe-
don't.
Speaking of partying, I know, but the Cannabis Corner is throwing this really awesome
Oh.
event at the new lounge at the Carlson, which is right next to the comedy club.
Yeah. Cannabis Corner.
I went last night and it's super, super sick. They have hors d'oeuvres and they're raffling off like these big ticket items. I'm talking like big ticket items that I don't know if we can talk about like actually what it is, but it's totally worth it. And
Is it-
tickets are only $6.
Is it marijuana?
It's May 8th. It's that and then the stuff you consume it through like glass and
Oh,
everything
fun.
else.
So
Nice.
May 8th
I'm talking
is the
giant.
Is the next event is May 8th? Yeah, Jake said
Yeah,
it
and
was
you get-
phenomenal last night.
If you get your tickets at Cannabis Corner there for the May 8th event, and you'll get fed. You'll probably score some bud. You'll probably meet some cool people, and then you get escorted into the show to the front row, no lines, and then you enjoy the show. So it's like a pregame party for the event, which is May 8th.
I have not seen the new edition. So when you're in that place, is there a door that goes into the comedy?
So if you're there for a private event, they will, I think, bring you through. I'm not sure. There isn't an actual public access through, but it's 3 doors down. So if it's in the summer, you can walk out.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
right next door.
Great idea, because I know many times we used to go to when we'd go to comedy shows, it's always, what do you want to do before? And it's such a great concept to have a fun pregame thing to do before the comedy show. I love it.
And Cannabis Corner, it's right next to Savoya Bakery over on Clifford. You can go there and get every kind of legal buzz.
And they're really knowledgeable there. They really can help. They helped me a lot when I told them
Yeah,
when
because
I was having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
They turned me on to a couple different options.
exactly. There's it's not just about like getting high. To be honest, there's like CBD. There's types that will have more CBD than THC, so it takes a lot of the psychological high out of it and just makes you feel a little good. So if you're like afraid to get too high, some people just get too much anxiety, but there's lesser potent stuff that you can still consume that makes you like that's what you need, Dad. Whatever you have is probably a little too potent. You need like the 2-to-1, the CBD to THC.
Yeah, maybe that's what we should.
I was gonna get some indica book,
Indica.
but then I called it off. They were gonna send me a bunch from the factory. Your buddy Jake.
Yeah. I think that you might want to, pull back a little on all that.
Yeah, so it's a bummer in the summer.
But Lucy's also
My-
been hanging out in Fairport and stuff too, right? Did you go out
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day? I can't remember. Did you go out?
Oh, Hannah and I went to the Mary Lee Pub in Webster for for a Guinness.
I don't-
What's that?
The Mary Wheat
A Guinness. Or the Mary.
That Max Flynn works.
Yeah,
for Mary
it's
Wheat
new.
Pub.
It's newish, right, Jake? Like
Yeah,
a
fairly
year?
new. It's like at the corner of Main Street and 250, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Who's Max Flynn?
Bianca's
Dickie
cousin.
Flynn's son.
Who's?
Oh, Dickie's son. Dickie Flynn's son. You've met him at Jake's house.
Oh, how old is he?
I think he's Bianca's age, so a
Oh.
year younger, so 36, 37.
I got it. I messed up. I met him at your house.
Yes.
Yeah, plenty of times.
Father's
he was
Day,
at our wedding.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Max.
He's Max. He's always there. He's at the Bills games.
Lucas is his
Lucas
son.
and Lily.
Lucas is an all-star athlete. Yeah.
Lucy, did you have fun at the Saber game?
I did have fun at the Saber game. Feels like ages ago.
Well, no, it wasn't.
I know. It
She
just
said it
feels,
feels
like
like
it.
Oh, are you gonna go again?
I would love to go to a playoff game, but it's probably gonna be.
We might have scored a new ticket connect if our information is accurate.
I got it.
We're going to try.
I got it.
Can't say you
Did
got
you
it.
know that the iHeartRadio had podcast awards?
Yeah. We didn't make the
Yeah.
cut.
Well,
we
yeah.
weren't
Well,
nominated.
My top two podcasts both won an award.
Oh, I was wondering if
What are they?
The Basement Yard, they won overall ensemble, and then Giggly Squad won podcast of the year.
and one of the ones I watched, the Midas Touch one too.
They won one.
Yep.
What'd they win?
Did any of my podcasts win?
What are your podcasts?
I don't have any.
I think mine
Okay.
won for like best news podcast or something. Yeah, I think it was best. Maybe it was best political news or best news, one of those two topics. But it was good.
By the way,
I
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't consume them because I work on this one and it's hard to do both. I do study them, but I love Theo Vaughn, and
It's your boy.
we were talking with Bull. We were talking with Bull about this earlier, and he's one of those guys who is himself everywhere. Like people are like, Wease, is Wease doing a thing? Like every time they meet you, they say, "Oh wow, Wease is actually the same guy on the radio as he is in real life."
yes.
And Theo's kind of that guy too. So I thought it was cool. He has his show, which is extremely successful, and you and I were hanging out with him when he was just a fresh, guy doing
Yeah.
local small rooms, and then he
He's
blew up
big.
to this.
Wait,
He's
I can't believe he's not a character. Theo Vaughn.
Who?
what do you mean?
She
He
can't believe
sometimes
that's really
acts
how he
a
is in real
little-
life.
I've never I spent the whole day with him. Like
And
I
he
took him
was-
out to. He can get serious.
Yeah.
But he's always making little shticky, like kind of just like jokes throughout. He's just
Like
thinking like that.
think of Uncle Tom. If Uncle Tom had a podcast,
Yeah.
people would think he was a character. But you knowing him, though that's how he is all the time in real life. And you're right. People would always think that about Dad too. And then when they would meet him and see him bitching at me in person, they said, "Oh, he's the same way."
Yeah, because I have no talent. I used to try to tell people, I got no talent And that brought me through this whole great trip. I just be me.
That could be debated, though, that if what you have is a talent or not, because it is a God-given talent to be able to have such poise in a conversation and know how to carry it and lead it in the things to say that are funny and just be witty like that. It's not it's not a talent you can study. It actually probably can and develop. You get confused because you think like playing the violin, you got to be talented and it takes so much practice.
Yeah.
But there's still such things as God-given talents that you don't have to. They're still talents.
Well, the whole thing is I got really lucky because I have a great history of wacky things that everybody doesn't have that I can share.
Right. You have a lot of life experiences too that other people would never. The Vietnam and even your childhood, everything.
But the other thing is I love, now that I'm deaf, it really sucks, but I love talking to people. I shuck with everybody. The ladies behind the desk downstairs.
Yeah.
I shuck with the people at poker. I shuck. I can't not say funny shit to people or how, and people like it. It's short, easy, but sociable. And
That's the
fun.
talent. That's the talent. But the luck, which you're right about, was when you were able to take what you love to do, what you're passionate about, and make a career off of it.
That was lucky. But I'm sure I told this once before. But since we're on this subject, did I tell about the girl, the waitress at Lucky Fish?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes.
did. Yeah.
That's,
She remembered
that's
you.
so for the people that didn't see
Obviously,
that,
you're
it
still
takes a
thinking about
second.
her.
Well, no, we might have scrapped that. So I think you should tell it again.
You're right. That was probably on the episode where we talked about the hockey.
Oh.
Tell
Well,
us the story.
Me and Dickie Feinberg, a kid that went to Monroe, my age exactly. Guy was in the horse racing business forever and still is at my age. But him and I eat at this place, Lucky Fish, Tiki Bar, right?
Yeah, in Pompano.
On the ocean in Pompano. So we're eating there a couple weeks ago only.
Yep.
And at the end of the meal, it's just me and him. At the end of the meal, the waitress, young girl, I'd say 25, 26 years old, comes over to us and says, I remember you guys from last year. I go, we both look at her and go, get the hell out of here. Yeah, how's that possible? This place, by the way, is packed.
Yeah, it's always packed.
I'm taking
Were
you
you-
guys.
Were you wearing a T-shirt? Were you wearing a T-shirt?
Yeah, but I don't know what T-shirt.
I don't think it was the T-shirt. I think it's look at your arms.
Your
Like
tattoos.
sometimes
Your tattoos
see
are
that?
that count. But she said she told us that we met each other at summer camp when we were 12 years. She remembered our conversation
Yeah, that's pretty
from
cool.
a year ago.
That's pretty cool.
And that's a fact. I will take you there, Lucy. Plus the food's
I'll go.
delicious.
I love it there.
You got they've all
Oh,
been.
you've been.
We all
Yeah.
went as the family. I think you stayed behind, but remember we took 2 carloads. We had the babies and everything. All
Lucky
the kids.
Fish?
Yeah, it's right by the pier, Jake. Remember you
by
and
the
Ronan
pier.
walked the Pompano Pier, and then there was that swing and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
the one right there at the corner
yeah,
of that
they
place.
have good
Yeah.
drinks too.
and yeah, Dad likes their lunch and he likes the
But
waitress.
that blew me away. I go, who could and she said, I always remember my nice customers.
Aw.
And we're nice. All right, kids. Clark Peshkin, they'll take care of you. You can go to learn about an estate plan.
Do yourself a favor. Go to the free seminar, workshop. It's a great thing. Give them a chance to help you come up with a plan so you protect what you've been working for.
And make sure that your kids don't end up in probate court. ClarkPeskin.com. But if you go to the WeaseFamilyCircus.com, you could click a thing there and sign up for the free seminar, which they have every other Wednesday at noon and 4 o'clock out there in Penfield. We went. Doreen has an estate plan, so you bitches are taken care of when we take a Pasadena. Thanks for tuning in. I hope some of it was enjoyable.
Doreen, if you have any money left in your DraftKings account or whatever,
Yeah, I did.
bet the Sabers to win the cup. I'm telling you.
Oh, are you nuts?
Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for it.
Are
I've
you
never
n-
felt. I've never felt. Oh, did I tell you about the psychic too? I keep getting this same
Yes.
tweet coming up. Some guy, I forget who he is. And didn't know the person calling him like multiple times in one day. Called him and said, the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl in 2027, and the Sabers are going to win the Stanley Cup in 2026.
Oh, I'll be so happy.
Now I
That's
know
not
they're
why.
not winning.
That's not why I think it's going to happen. However, in my neighbor Sandy, this guy who's your age, who walks his dog every day.
I met him.
Yeah, you
Remember?
met him. You and him should go for a walk when you're here because he walks just like you. I see him 5 times a day walking by, but he's a huge Sabres fan, huge Bills fan, and we always talk sports. And he says to me yesterday, he says, this team's playing with so much grit, and they're still so angry about having to prove all this, and they're not slowing down, and no team knows what to do with it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to expire anytime soon.
And I think Tampa Bay thought they knew what to do with it when they were beating them up and stuff, and it didn't work. So I can't wait for the next Tampa Bay
Okay,
game.
but let me
That's
just,
gonna be exciting.
to win a Stanley Cup is absolutely the hardest thing in sports. You got
Thank
you got your World Series, 7-game series, but the Stanley Cup, you got to win a whole bunch of series,
Right.
and it's brutal.
But if you
Brutal.
look at how many teams have lost? So I think it's since December. The Sabres are the only team that haven't lost 10 games yet. Every single team in the
they're
NHL.
playing out of their minds.
It's
But
exciting.
the other cool thing about hockey versus football is we had to wait 4 years to get a home playoff game in for the Bills. The first year, Jacksonville. Second year, they didn't make it. Third year, Houston. Fourth year, that was the first one. Oh no, then it was COVID too, and it was like 10,000 people. The Sabres have the opportunity to break the drought and be home game 1.
Well,
Let's just think about that.
what I'm saying is, knowing hockey as much as I do, it's a long, hard road.
I agree with you 1,000%. But what I'm saying is, it's so cool that we, as hockey fans, are very possibly going to be able to witness the drought of 14 years not making the playoffs be broken at home in Buffalo. The Bills had to wait 4 fucking years.
Well, to
4
me-
years.
To me, just being in the playoffs for the Sabres is going to be so phenomenal. And by the way, today, when you see this, it won't be today, but today I'm having my first glass of wine in a week to squeeze the Sabres. Go Sabres! And you know what else, Lucy? It's nice to be important, but
What is it?
More.
It's more important to be nice.
yeah, Lucy
Later.
didn't join.
I
She did
did.
Did she?
She joined.
She throw it out?
She did.
Sorry.
Not a Sia. She didn't do that. But
I'm
she-
That's
supposed
what
to
I'm
do Sia?
talking
Later.
about.
oh
I
no,
thought-
she can't do
oh.
Sia. She
I
doesn't.
thought Sia was his dad.
Do a see ya.
I did it.
You got it.
That was not good.